Hey gang, welcome back. You know what's really rad? David Koch and his tips for saving money. You didn't want this, did you, Ali?
Not
That's
now.
because you don't want people knowing the secrets of how to plan for their future.
We're going to play the game first, and then can we go to Koshi, please?
Life's just.
But this is the game of life.
All right.
Look, well, we're already losing the game of life.
And you know what's
It doesn't
amazing?
matter.
He's written an entire book, still simpler
what?
than your games.
Give him a sentence. Come on.
Well, this game might be slightly complicated. Because, like, part of it was actually...
Ali gets pegged live.
You know what's amazing?
that's, like, every time. Every game that they assume is me getting pegged. And which reminds me, I've got to give a special
are
fuck
just
you
a
to
brief
someone.
history of time, except for instead of explaining how wormholes work, you just eat wasabi at the end. But it's
Yeah.
the same level of complexity that you need.
And today's punishment is going to be even better.
Damn tootin'.
I'll get to that later. But, okay. So this game was like a brief section of this game was suggested by Benson McClelland. I've got to give him a shout out. So thank you, Benson, for coming up with this. So what I have
Doesn't
over
sound
here.
like a very hard name to pronounce. But okay.
Well, look, I'm just autistic. I also have to give a random fuck you. Sorry, it's got nothing to do with it. Rob Pike, fuck you. It's just like every time like Matt puts up like game suggestions for next week, this guy always says, "Well, if Ollie's not doing it, it'll be funny." So just a fuck you to you.
Just really quickly, while we're doing like inane peer pressure shout outs from people that I don't know if they exist. Shout out to a dude, Louis. Shout out.
Louis C.K.?
Louis C.K. And also we have...
I'm still verifying your existence, CK. You're on notice.
And also...
Helping out the poor...
There's just really quickly, there's a lovely lady called Shell Bell who is a Patreon member and continually suggests segments and just always gets rejected. And she's like, please, I'm the top tier. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, Shell Bell.
You know what?
Still not getting any
I think I know.
suggestions.
No.
Yeah, I know her. I thought you meant like the other person that was like that kept messaging for like days.
Someone else. But what's your opinion on
No, Shell Bell's
Amel
all right.
and the Sniffers? They're a rock and roll band.
Hey, can we
from
play the
Melbourne.
game first and then move on to this?
No.
Look, you've got Ali all agitated.
Yeah, you're
this
making
time.
the sequence of like
All right,
it's
give me
gonna be
that
hell for
opinion.
I
the
didn't even
editor.
know you could make people agitated.
Just
You're
say,
a very diverse man.
give us like 6 words on them and then
the
we'll move on.
shares portfolio of human beings.
Give us 6 words and we move on. Go.
Like what?
That band.
That band is really good. Yay!
All right, go on. I told you, he doesn't know music. He only knows Young Jeezy.
But
I
Shell
also-
Bell, are you happy?
But by the-
That's money well spent.
Shell Bell also sent me a different question
Really?
that I must ask. Well,
Oh, we'll cover. Okay, the last hour is going to be Shell Bell. All right, go on.
Shell Bell's gonna love that shit. All right, so the game begins. All right, but this is the first aspect of the game. What I'm gonna give you
Weird.
both. I'm gonna give you both obscure movie titles. Right. You have to come up with the plot of this movie in detail.
Hey, this is a really cool
And
game.
then
I
I'm
like
going to
it.
read out the plot of what it actually is, and then the audience decides through a poll who won, who was more on point with this plot. And then the second aspect of this game comes later. So, who would like to go first?
Scissors, paper, rock. No, I'm joking.
Well, we'll do.
These are the big
Let's
questions.
just do it in alphabetical order. Whose last name goes first? Balabragic. All right, well, that's you. Go.
Who says we go by last name?
I can't believe that still, as a 30-year-old man, my thought process is A, B,
Wait a sec. If we went by first name, who?
Then you would go
Hey.
first.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
J, yeah.
You.
All right, we'll start with you, Jordan.
No, I'll go.
Oh, yeah. It's only fair, Ali.
Okay.
I feel like I feel mean now.
All right, choose one of these letters, B or Z. Just choose randomly.
Well,
It'll help me.
considering
Your
My
last
last
name's B?
name's
Okay.
Z.
So give us the plot in detail of a movie called Black Moon.
fuck. What?
Yeah, that's the title.
Can I have-
Black Moon.
Can I have some more information?
Just
No,
give
you
us
may
the,
not, young man.
in detail the
What do you
full
think
plot.
this is, a spelling bee? Get
Yeah,
with
pretty
the
much.
imagination.
Black
This
Moon.
is your only qualification, is to just vibe things out.
No. Black Moon is about.
Wouldn't it be great if it is just a movie about Mislov and he doesn't know?
Well, first give us what the genre of the movie.
All right. It's got to be horror.
Okay. And give us full detailed plot.
James Terwilliger and his bride-to-be went to move to a cabin in the woods of Maine.
No, it's not Pet Cemetery.
That's pretty much what I'm doing, yeah.
Keep going.
Well, that's all fucking horror movies.
Yeah.
And then before the wedding, they go to a cabin in the woods. Little do they know that the town's evil. And the town tries to kill him. But guess what? They managed to get away.
It's
The
an
end.
escape story.
Hey, that's a
In.
really happy ending.
I'd see that
Thank
movie.
you for that synopsis, Mislov. It's
all right.
Sure that that's just as reliable as Wikipedia.
Okay,
And I'm not even being ironic when I say that. I'm
Well, before we move on to Jordan's one, I'll quickly read the plot so that the audience knows. I don't know if they're going to like base their
a
judgment
newly
on it or
married
not.
couple in Maine. Is it?
This 1975 French-German avant-garde film directed by Louis Malle
CK.
It's about
and
Maine.
filmed in English. And also, there's a unicorn in it. In Black Moon, the Earth is in midst of a gendered war between men and women. Lily attempts to escape the war by fleeing to the countryside, where she encounters some strange events. She meets a man who cannot speak, but can communicate only through touch. Naked children round up farm animals. Lily is breastfed by another woman.
No, dude, you're describing your dreams.
Then a unicorn shows up. Lily breastfeeds the unicorn. It's a great film for the whole family. How close was that?
Was it that far?
Well, the audience has to judge. So now your title is, Jordan,
Okay.
Zardoz.
Glad
the
that I
name of
got
the
the
movie.
easy one for once.
Yeah.
I think someone's seen it in the building.
Has
But
someone actually seen it? Are you fucking
Of
serious?
course he has.
no,
Look at him. He's seen-
no clues.
Dude,
I won't
you love
look at him.
movies,
Well, let's
don't
make
you?
sure that I keep eye contact on our
You
lip.
can look at him. He's not Medusa. Just don't let him speak to you.
That's crazy you've seen this movie. Okay, Zardoz, go on.
Zardos is about aliens,
I was going to say that.
and the aliens they visit Earth because they don't have the budget for it to be on the home planet, but that's originally what they envisioned. So instead they go here to, I'm just going to pick a state at random, Maine. In Maine, they give out a bunch of crop circles. The crop circles are all of these, they get all of these linguists to come out and see what message that they're looking for. All of it is basically just the aliens trying to communicate how much is the house on this property for sale. That's all they're asking for. They don't get an answer. They're very upset about it. And hey, that's just life, isn't it? It doesn't always have a happy ending.
Shit. All right.
Well, give me one of these. Oh,
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
giving me an indicator that it's about 40% on par.
Okay, this 1974 Irish-American film. If the outfits in this film don't make you want to watch it, the insane plot definitely will. This 1974 Irish-American science fiction fantasy film was directed by John Boorman and stars a very furry Sean Connery. In Zardoz, a post-apocalyptic Earth is composed of immortals and humans, called Eternals and Brutals respectively. Brutals live in an ugly wasteland and produce food for the Eternals, who
That's
live
Maine.
pretty
in a
close.
luxurious estate. Brutals often fight against one another, and a giant flying head called Zardoz supplies these exterminator brutals with weaponry. Zed Connery is an intelligent rebel who seeks to end the
Zed
Eternals.
Connery. Is that Sean?
No, that's Sean Connery. Zed is his name in the movie, and
Right.
Connery
Is his last name in the movie?
is it?
No.
Fact, Mislov.
Hey,
I
basically,
just explained the plot to you. I'm an expert.
Yeah, well, you actually are. I think we've switched psychic abilities.
well, there
taken
you
that
go.
from me.
But like, you don't get to decide that. The audience does. So look,
Well,
let's,
And be honest about this. I'm sick of you playing pranks on us. I mean, I get it. I get what there's a joke after.
oh,
a while.
that's Zardoz.
oh, go on, show us.
What
I'll
the
send it
fuck,
around.
dude? How did he agree to this film? Was it good, dude?
Holy shit!
No, it wasn't.
I've seen that. I've seen that picture of him. Bodybuilder. You know, Sean Connery was considered a bodybuilder in like the 50s, where basically if you were just kind of toned, you're a bodybuilder.
Yeah, but look at those quads, man.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
I mean, this would be a lot easier if you just Googled it, but
They can't Google it. They're on our site.
There's
I
no
know, you
Googling.
don't get this phone.
Matt, can we set up a poll? And just for the audience, let's tell them what the punishment is. The punishment is that the loser, Jordan, you're listening?
Yeah, but Miyagas is trying to corral the troops to vote against me, and I won't have this mutiny. But go on.
By the way,
loser-
just really quickly, someone said this is toothpaste. What do you think? I'm clumsy? It's paint. Idiots.
Told them.
What?
This one, on the other hand.
Wait, can we hold on? We have a
That's
winner.
paint too, man.
Who won?
No.
Winner had 74% of the vote,
Oh,
Yes.
and the winner was Jordan.
Yeah.
Ooh, so
Man, I
Miss
wasn't
Love.
expecting that. Fiddle-dee-dee.
Miss Love
And
is
you know
gonna
what
have
else?
to do
I'm
it.
really excited about this punishment, and I'm kind of sad that I'm not getting it.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
Jordan is not getting it. All right, so what I have over here is horny goat weed for him.
I'm excited.
But
Which
an
Ali has
entire-
already had an entire packet of. So we're only down to one.
We've got 10 tablets over here.
Yeah, that's all the
The
bullshit
loser,
that
which
we've
is now
got.
Miss Love. Miss Love, you're gonna have to play another game. Every time you get a wrong answer,
One
it's
down the hatch.
One down. So like
Alright.
you can put like the maximum amount of wrongs you can get is 10. So basically, you can possibly eat all 10 right now, and
I
we're gonna find out
really
if he
hope
gets a
that he
boomer.
has to have all 10. Because
So
I
now
reckon
this is
that
the
if we can
game.
just unlock his zip here, his penis will go off like a rocket.
Yeah, this is gonna be sick.
And that'll be a great Twitch moment. So get ready to caption that, kids.
All right, so Miss Love,
Fuck.
this fine. So this is what you're gonna have to do.
Well,
I have
didn't I
name-
already lose?
I have name. You could potentially not even have a
I'm
single
way more
one if you
excited
didn't
about
win
this than even laxative.
I
Yeah,
have
well, this is
names of 10 celebrities over here.
Uh-oh. it's back to
Hollywood
yours.
male celebrities. Some of them have really small penises. Some of them have really big penises. It's
Again
based
Of course,
on
Ali-
the data.
and Ali didn't
I
need
have.
to look this up either, did he?
Again with the penises.
You have to tell me
What has the middle? No, you're not. From
if
the
they
middle.
have a
Are you
small.
from-
Yeah, well,
What has it done to you?
you have to tell me if they have a small penis or a big one. If you're wrong, every wrong you get, you have to eat one horny goat.
Well, I need
And
some.
one celebrity has 2 penises.
Well, I need some.
No, they're either really small or they're really big, and I'll give you references to why I think they have a small or a big one.
All right,
okay?
but I need some water because I can't swallow pills without.
Well,
water.
first you.
I'll get you some tea, miss.
All right, thanks.
Well, okay. So
Jordan, get me a water too because that'll be too hot for my throat.
the the first name that I have here, so you have to tell me if it's a small one or a big one, is
I hope Mum's not watching at this point, but yeah, go on.
Orlando Bloom.
I mean,
Small or big?
wait, is this just on me?
Yeah, it's on you.
How are you? How you can't quantify this?
I'll tell you how I'm able to tell if they have a small one or a big one, but you first have to tell
All right,
me
fine.
small or big. Orlando Bloom.
Big.
You are correct. It is indeed big. Recently, Bloom was vacationing in Italy with Katy Perry and went completely nude while paddleboarding. The pictures leaked online, and a lot of people were calling attention to the shadow of his penis on his leg. We're sure Perry is not disappointed at all. He has a big one. You're right.
Celebrities.
All right, so
Look,
Wait,
that's
so
one
he's
less
dating
that you have
Katy
to have.
Perry.
he is now. I'm getting a water because the tea's gonna be too hot. Do you want water?
hey, you're playing the game. We'll get it later.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was 1 for 1. Sorry, my.
No, there's 10.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
There's 10.
This is fucked.
So, well, the maximum that you can have is 9 because you got that wrong. The second celebrity is Daniel Craig. Does he have a big one or a small one?
I'm gonna say small.
You are correct. According to sources, Daniel Craig used a penis body double for his nude scene in Casino Royale. Did his real life teeny weeny not measure up to his James Bond's ideal? We'll never know. Okay, so that was correct. So 2 less. Third name, the celebrity is Ashton Kutcher.
This is a
Small
very
or big?
interesting game. I like it.
It is kind of fucked though. Sorry.
Ashton Kutcher, small or big?
It's got to be big.
You are wrong.
Fuck.
Yeah, I would have guessed
Back
that,
in
having known
2008
that's incorrect.
Back in 2008, on the Letterman show, the late Brittany Murphy
I liked clicking that.
joked about her relationship with Ashton Kutcher, about his now ex-wife Demi Moore, saying, in quotes, I suppose the crux of their relationship basically means to him that age doesn't matter and to her size doesn't matter. Kutcher never denied this. The accusation's got to say, we admire his confidence. He has a small one.
All right.
So that's one horny goat.
Ali should be on ET. Look at his little sheepish smile at the end. I'll let you be the judge at home.
All right, number 4, celebrity. Justin Bieber, small or big?
I don't want to eat this.
I know the answer to this one.
Okay.
I was very interested in this. To use Miss Love's phrasing, I did a deep dive on it.
Big.
You are correct. It is indeed big.
Oh.
We all remember
course
Penis
he
Gate,
would've.
right?
Really? How come?
When pictures of Bieber on vacation found their way to the internet, everyone freaked out at how the music sensation was packing some serious heat. Let's just say it was more than a mouthful. And
Jeez.
he certainly made us believers.
Damn.
Yeah, that's true. And also, I've got to put this on record. So thick. Jesus, it's a wheat
The
silo.
penis?
Huh?
I'm going to check it out later. All right.
I'm sure you
that's
are.
well, he's meaty. You know how there's meats and bloods?
Meats and bloods.
Yeah, that should be in a butcher, you know?
All right. Celebrity number 5.
10 questions.
Yeah, here we go. It's still going.
Fuck, this is.
We're only halfway there.
This is
Mark Wahlberg, big or small?
that's a tough one, isn't it?
I would guess this very quickly.
Big.
You are correct. It is indeed big.
Oh,
He
so
teased us
small.
with
Well,
a
glad it's not
prosthetic. Yeah.
Fuck.
He teased us with a prosthetic in Boogie Nights.
That's
but
what I was. That's what
but
made me.
Mark-
Oh, you thought that was real?
Pretty much.
That cocky booty.
I was like, that was 50-50 chance it's real.
I mean, it is true. 50% chance.
Movies don't have cosmetic departments, right?
But did anyone think that Marky Mark would have a small
Lord of the
one?
Rings was a crazy documentary. Sorry?
Well, Mark Wahlberg really has nothing to be ashamed of when it comes to the penis department. We've seen his Calvin Klein underwear ads, and that's not a sock in there.
Really? Is that a fact?
Well, clearly, it was on Mamma Mia. All right,
Oh, yeah, okay.
so we're 5 down, and right now you only have 1. So you're killing it.
What's the legal? What's the recommended dose?
One.
Look, it's not,
One to-
it's not, no, it's not 1. It's more than 1. Okay,
1 to 2.
celebrity number 6, Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, for
Small or
fuck's
big?
sake.
Surely he has to have a small.
It has to be.
It has
That's
to
what
be.
I was gonna
He
say.
can't be that much of a knob.
He needs
and
to
not have a
answer,
small
though.
knob.
It's got to be small.
Incorrect. He is just a giant penis.
It is small. It is small.
Yes.
You're right. Even
Come
Shia
on, if
LaBeouf.
Yeah, if he
had-
doesn't have one, who does?
Yeah, who's doing the? He will not divide us. He will not divide us if he's packing.
And has
no
big
one.
dick energy.
Yeah, it's not exactly.
He has admitted to Playboy that he wasn't extremely well endowed. We probably would have figured it out on our own anyways. No man who wears a large-sized condom would have thrown a cup of coffee at a photographer on the street and run away like a coward.
Jesus, that's what I'm talking
Well,
about.
That's
this
not
is a
me.
pretty
This is coming-
debilitating moment. We basically make the same calls as writers for Mamma Mia today.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this isn't our
is a
area of expertise, so we'll let that slide.
Celebrities
you're
cocks.
killing it,
I don't know,
Miss Love.
it's getting close to mine. This is definitely Ali's. Because he's probably just lying about Mamma Mia today at the end of it. This is just Ali's thesis that he's putting into the
I just don't want to.
Dude, you're 6 down and you only have to eat 1 yet.
Pretty good, but
Okay, celebrity number 7.
Good, not great.
Let's
Yeah.
finish this. Jude Law, small or big?
oh, Jude Law.
walking Julius Caesar.
Yeah, you're really testing me now, Ali.
I'd say
It-
it's massive.
I reckon it's good.
I'd say he'd have the biggest cock out of all of them. And he could be that Greek mythology of the guy that beat a donkey to death with his cock. I would imagine that.
But you have to answer, Miss Love. 'cause George's not the one eating boner pills.
Here. Small.
Closely on.
You are correct again.
Dang.
Thanks to the work of one very sneaky paparazzi back in
thank God,
2005,
paparazzi.
we didn't have to rely on hearsay to determine whether or not Jude Law's penis is small after catching a glimpse.
Jesus.
We are able
It's
to.
really not fair, though, some guy walking out of a shower, because there are growers.
Dude,
Yeah,
as
true.
to hark back to as the MLKs have universally decided greatest show ever made. Shrinkage. There was significant shrinkage. It was in the pool.
Well,
All right, I changed my mind.
Yeah, that's right.
okay. Celebrity number 8. Michael
Get him on
Fassbender.
one.
He's already out. Sorry.
Michael Fassbender.
Who the fuck's that?
Doesn't matter. Is it big or
Yeah, you have
small?
to
Come on, can I see what he look? His face.
No, let's
Okay,
just
well,
put
we
this
can show you-
dog out of its misery. This has gone on long enough.
Yeah. Look,
All right.
we've got to
No, I can
finish
see
it.
his face. Come on.
Okay, I'll like quickly bring up Michael Fassbender's
Just
face
his
for you to
face?
look at. But he was in like
This
X-Men
dog.
and he was in like 12 Years of Slave. You probably know him. This guy.
Okay.
Small or big?
Big.
It's just Jude Law again.
It is big. You're right. When George,
Good at this.
No.
when
You're
George,
saying you're not an expert?
he's killing it. He's just
You're
got
better
one
than
now.
the brains on the chase.
He's the fat guy from
Dude, but let's be honest. How many talents do I have that are like I'm really good at that are completely unmonetizable? Like, and we've got another one to add to that group.
Yeah. And that's why you're on Twitch.
Quickly, let me read this before people accuse me of hearsay.
Go.
When George Clooney comments on your penis size on stage at the Golden Globes, you know you've got something special. After Clooney won the award for Best Actor in Drama over Fassbender, who went nude for his role in Shame, he joked that Michael could play golf with his hands behind his back.
Jesus.
Celebrity number 9. Fuck, you need to
man.
get more wrong, dude.
Yeah.
I got 2 left. I'm like at like almost like not. I think I'm out of the danger zone. But anyway, go on.
Brad Pitt, small or big?
Fuck. Surely that's like a known thing.
He'd have to have a big cock.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You can't be that cool and not. Surely.
You know what?
Is there such a thing as a man with a small penis that's cool? Does that exist?
I'm gonna flip it and say small, just on a gut feeling.
Fuck off, it is small.
No, I'm going to have to read into the facts about that.
Well-
I refuse to believe it.
let me read into
Don't
the
shatter the
facts.
dream.
He's a small man.
Let me read into what the academics have said about this topic.
All right, fine.
Damn, I have a clever one.
Does-
Qualified.
I have a clever one. It's all good. I was worried, but yeah, go on.
Does Brad Pitt really have a small penis? According to his ex-girlfriend Juliette Lewis, sleeping with Brad Pitt in the 90s in commas was no big deal. She told fans at a concert with an extra emphasis on big part. And
You can't really deny that, can you?
Science.
even Brad's best friends forever, George Clooney, once slapped a small penis on board sticker onto the side of Brad's car.
You don't have to do that to him, surely.
George Clooney's really in with the penises of Hollywood.
This
He's
is
like,
the last one.
all right,
Is that really worth being that big of a celebrity if people can do that to you?
I don't know. So I'm basically at a healthy level of goat supplement now, so that anxiety's
So
gone.
please.
Oh, wait, sorry,
get
this
it so
isn't
we
the
can at
last
least
one.
Give you
This
a
is the second
mushroom
last one.
head.
Sorry, I got my counting wrong. This is actually number 8. It's number 9. There's 2 more.
Oh, bullshit.
My bad. Sorry,
You
my bad.
liar.
Okay,
Keep lying.
second last one.
Yes,
Enrique
and that's very
Iglesias.
true, whoever said in the Twitch
You're
that
lying.
Brad's still gorgeous, and that's not all that matters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
of
is.
course.
He's
Dude,
also got sick abs.
dude, I'd fuck Brad Pitt.
Yeah, but
Man.
that doesn't say much. That doesn't.
All right, fine. Quickly, let's finish this.
right.
Enrique Iglesias.
Dude.
Oh, God, that is an impossible question. That could
Yeah.
go either way.
It
He could
is-
just have the teeny little midget penis, or he could open it up and, surprise, he's Eddie Gordo from Tekken inside.
Dude, come on. Look at that face. It has to be small.
Yeah, nobody writes. You could
Dude,
write.
why are you? It is small.
Dude.
10 years ago, Enrique Iglesias admitted to having a small penis, but then he took it back. So is it big or small?
Small.
We guess only Anna and Kornikova, I think she's the tennis player. would
Anna
know.
Kournikova.
Yeah.
Anna Kornikova.
He was hitting that?
He was hit.
Nice.
he was in a loving relationship with her.
Let's be honest. No, he wasn't.
Fuck, it's been half an hour. Last one, quickly.
All right.
Please get this wrong, but I have a feeling you can't get this one wrong. Jay-Z.
Big.
It is big.
All right.
Why did you even put that in? That was a stupid one to finish
just
on.
give
Why were you just for the claim?
Apparently, no, I'm going to read it out because, like, apparently it's not just big, it's way big.
Look, I'll just take 2 for the joke. Come on, I'll be a good sport.
Good on you, miss. All right, let's just see how you work. Are you a grower or a shower? Let's find out.
All right.
It's time for me.
Now,
need some water.
I guess I'll get you some
Borderline
water.
this show is always pushing the boundary.
Goat weed.
Give us a rundown of how this is supposed to work, Miss. What does it say on the box?
All right, healthy libido. Traditional Chinese and Ayurvedic herbs and nutrients to help enhance healthy sex drive, stamina and endurance, healthy sexual function.
Has anyone, just from Twitch, has anyone actually had horny goat weed? Did it work? We need to know these questions answered, I guess, because that would be really helpful. Instead of just waiting around for an hour to see if it maybe or maybe doesn't work.
Gives me some of a stiffy. I'm just really glad enough to take 10 of these.
But Miss Love, do you have a stiffy now, and are you prone to just random boners?
Well,
Not since 1989.
I think,
I think
yeah.
no one's prone to random boners after 15, surely.
Yeah, well, speak for yourself.
Random, but like my question is
Down.
morning?
See, I'm doing 2 because I'm a good sport. Let the record show.
Yeah, you're a good guy, Miss Love. There's no
Poor
denying.
guy, he's single. Like this is so unfair.
That's true. There you go. They might as well put it out there. I'm single now, so
Oh.
I need all the help. Nah,
Yeah,
fuck
but this
it.
might help, though.
It's
This
true.
might-
It's good.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Isn't that
Might-
great?
well, no,
an
it's not good.
announcement and an erection in the same pod.
I'm just saying.
And
put
I
it
have
out there.
another announcement.
I can't-
Guys, I'm taken now.
Just switched.
Jeez,
There you
well, that
go.
was just a really great moment of friendship, wasn't it? Oh, you single? Oh, well, that's great, because guess what?
I found
That's what
true
I'm
love.
not anymore. Fuck
I've found true
you.
love.
He's hot.
Nah, congratulations. These really stink. Like poo.
Well, I can't imagine something called horny goat weed.
I just thought it'd be like ginseng and parsley.
It's not Viagra though, so it's not like you're just gonna get a boner.
No. It's dude. It's
Does
just.
anything in Chinese medicine smell good?
Well,
Any Twitch
the
listeners right now that are acupuncturists, let us know.
the more accurate question is.
I just got a message from Sandy saying, "Horny goat weed. Yes, I've taken it and it didn't do shit."
Yeah, but Sandy, I don't know if you know this. You're a girl.
Oh yeah, it's for him.
All right, I'm downing
That
this.
was the stupid. That proves nothing.
Yeah, you fucking
In the house.
know.
That was the most superfluous.
Maybe there's
thing.
like one for girls too or something. I don't know.
It tastes like shit. Really, really tastes
It's
horrible.
gonna make
Well,
you rock
surely
hard,
that's
though.
going to have some kind of impact then. You can't do this to someone. Look, it's just those pills in Dragon Ball Z that give you back all your health.
We
That's
gotta do
just
it with
horny goat weed.
We gotta do it like Viagra or something.
All right,
Yeah, we'll be doing that next.
Yeah, we're doing that,
that is
next.
gonna be
And
really
for the
fun.
finale, what do you reckon, boys?
Cialis.
Epicac?
What's
Should
that?
we do it?
What's
I
that?
don't want. It makes you throw
Votes
up.
equals subs, guys.
That's gonna be really bad. That's gonna be really bad.
Do you feel it?
Is it still? Are you eating it?
No.
No, you gotta
Yeah, I'm
finish
just
it.
chewing
bro.
them.
You gotta pull it down. This, I guess,
You were born to do that.
will be
Chew
used
tobacco
later.
and spit it out.
You gotta keep giving us updates. All right, so
Yeah, I will.
let's move
There'll
on.
be a boner chart.
Let's move on. Actually, I've got a question for you for like our first proper segment because we don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that I didn't eat
The
10 of them.
Frydenberg and the Thatcher comparison. What do you reckon? Are you as like pissed off by it as the Labour Party is?
Who was saying that?
Josh Frydenberg basically said that we need to look at like the Australian economy the way
Yeah.
Reagan and like Thatcher did, and
was
the Labour
saying
Party was
pro-
like, you chose the worst examples.
He's like pro trickle
Oh, you-
down economics.
Well,
said
not
that.
only that, but like he means like literally hollowing out all public institutions, deregulating it even further, which is weird because like Keating kind of already did that, Frydenberg. Like it's not even that it's
Did he?
stupid, but like you're the treasurer, you should know that it happened ages ago.
And
Keating
what
did
were
We're
you
not
doing
living in the
before
60s.
that, Frydenberg?
Yeah, exactly. What's
Before
great
that?
about you? You know what I-
Okay, all right. This workers' utopia of a really watered down NDIS has gone too far.
I don't know exactly what he said, but like the headlines say that he just like was comparing his economic model to Thatcher's model, which is weird.
Why is that controversial? Isn't that just a fact?
That's what I was thinking. That it's not only a fact, but it's such a late fact because that happened like
Yeah, the
ages
scary
ago.
thing is that this has just dawned on Josh Frydenberg. That's how
Yeah.
incompetent he is.
like when Howard came in, he came with that agenda,
Yep.
and that was
Dan
like
Tootin. Hey, so did Bob Hawke.
yeah. So did Keating.
A 40-year-old idea.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What, Keating cut the public?
But Keating did it in a smart way, and you've got to give him credit
Well,
for that.
cutting the public sector, no, but he liberalized the economy.
He
Opened it up, privatized a bunch of things.
Right.
he floated the dollar too, right?
Yeah, he did.
Well, he was against it. Hawkey was the one that pushed for that. Credit where credit's due.
All right.
But even though Keating claims credit for it, but there's too many people in the Labor Party. When you see those Labor Empower documentaries on YouTube, they're great. Because everybody in 80s Labor is just sitting in exactly this chair with a cigarette in their hand here going, what was the idea that we float the Aussie dollar? I said, mate, you can't push a donkey upstairs and then push it down again. Its legs will break. He said, mate, I'm going to give it a go anyway. And yeah, well, we just found out that day, donkeys fly, don't they? Like, that's the whole...
Wow.
Just 10 hours of that.
So
and just and so much of...
He's
I just think
Chandler,
Liverpool being
actually.
in a meeting. What?
Paul Keating. He's very.
He's Chandler. Okay, yeah. Who's Bob Hawke
I
then?
don't want to like interrupt you for that stupid point of like.
Bob
Oh,
Hawke's Rachel. Everybody likes Bob.
yeah, it's true. And he has the bob haircut. Too.
All right, we know what to do with the coppers. Gang, which Prime Minister is which Friends character? Needs to be.
Yes.
I think we all know John Howard's Joey.
Damn.
All right. Okay. So look, and
You know that character that's like, you know that really snippy character that's like, so I'm super sarcastic and I think I'm a bit smarter than everyone. Okay. That guy.
Chandler.
Is that Chandler?
Yeah.
Kevin Rudd.
We've got a new champion. But if that's the case, who's Paul Keating? Because he ain't Ross. That's not happening.
Actually, that's a good point.
he's Gunther.
Who's that?
Gunther was like the. I don't know too much about Friends. This is embarrassing.
No, I like
he was
that
like
show.
he was the guy who owned Central Perk and he hired Rachel because he had the hots for her, but like she never acknowledged him.
Oh, Gunther.
Because he was running an establishment and he was killing it. Central Perk was always full. No one gives credit for to Gunther for his like business
I'll
enterprise.
pay that. An entrepreneur. And Central Perk, great name.
Thank you, Gunther.
Better than Seinfeld's coffee shop.
Doesn't have a name.
But you already voted, didn't you?
I've been to that coffee shop.
Central Perk,
No, the Seinfeld one.
of course. Yep. Does it exist?
Yeah, dude.
Well, that's great.
It exists. It's on the west side, upper west side. And I seen it. And I peered through the window and didn't eat there because it looks crappy.
Dude, it looks crappy in Seinfeld.
But the funny thing is I went to a diner like down the street and was like, oh, burgers. Oh, that's nice. I feel like a burger today. You feel like a burger. It's always burgers with you. If I want a burger, I get a burger. Okay? So what's the problem with you? Can't eat egg salad every day. You know?
See, I swear, everybody's always saying, I can't believe they didn't make a 10th season.
We could
You
do
make-
it.
We could do it. In fact, when we come back from the Twitch break, we'll just open with the first episode of season 10. Going to a break.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Technically, that's been done though because Curb did it. So like, see episode 2 of the new season, season 10. Just say I'm just putting it out there.
All right, well, that's very specific knowledge that I wasn't privy to.
Yeah.
Now, you really embarrassed me.
The eye toilet.
What's
and I
better?
invented it. It's actually mad.
What's better, Curb or Seinfeld?
Oh, don't make him choose.
I mean, how much time do we?
Seriously, don't make
How much time do we have?
No,
Like
no,
an
no.
hour or two?
No,
I would
no,
say
no.
Seinfeld's better by
I
a
knew
few
you were going to
hairs.
say that. That's embarrassing. All right, Jordan, one
Who
more
you?
segment. What do you think about the cheese name issue?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, coon cheese.
Yeah.
Dude, everyone knows my opinion on anything like this. This just in. Shut up, cucks.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on it?
I reckon.
I
it's-
wonder what his is.
Yeah. Brace yourselves. Brace yourselves. It was fair and had to be done. The tirade of coon cheese had to be taken down. Dude, obviously they're lonely left, gone bonkers.
But you know what I recently
Finally.
read somewhere, and I can't prove the authenticity of this news, but like they claim that the reason why it was named Coon was because first of all the guy who I guess made it or something, his
his
last
name,
name.
yeah.
But like one of the other things
No,
that
that's
they
a
were
myth.
saying was
No
like,
one's last name is Coon except for the 2 people in our year at high school.
What?
It's a really common last name.
Yeah, right.
No, but apparently, like even they admit that that wasn't the reason why they named it Coon. It was something to do with like the cheese being wrapped around some orange color, and it I don't know. They named it something like that. Like if you look it up, you'll find out. But the
Look, all I'm-
controversy is that apparently there's like reliable sources that say that actually it was wrapped around a black cloth, and it was named for that particular reason.
What's the reliable source? Mamma Mia today again. Get off it, Ali. Stop relying on Joe Rogan and Mia Friedman.
I'm just glad that I'm just
Mia
talking about.
Khalifa is more reliable, to be honest.
I'm just glad we're talking about like the big issues, like cleaning up the plastic in the seas, nuclear war, North Korea, and small
Green
cheese
And of course,
factories.
Nicole Flint is upset.
And if like Shia LaBeouf has a big penis or not, that's a. All right, well, so we've
Where's
moved
the joke there?
we've moved past that.
I just like you call him Shia LaBeouf. That's so much
what's his
better
name?
than
Shia LaBeouf.
Boof.
Shia LaBeouf head, more like.
Yeah, speaking sense.
Head.
And that's why you subscribe to Patreon for more common sense.
Yeah, you want
For
more
uplinks.
yeah,
If you-
hard common sense on Patreon.
And also, guys, just in the Twitch, are you a fan of the phrase common sense brigade to describe the exact opposite of social justice warriors? Because I am.
Common sense brigade.
Don't you think?
It's funny.
Yeah.
Don't you
it's
think like the Common Sense Brigade are just like reactionaries to SJWism? Like
Yeah,
they
that's
feed
exactly
off
it.
of it.
Are you
It's
joking?
just pretty much anybody who has a picture of their shit car doing a doughy in their Facebook
Yeah.
display picture. They're part of the common sense brigade.
Wait, are you part of the Common Sense Brigade?
Ironically,
Does this shirt answer any questions?
yeah.
Does this shirt answer any question?
Yeah. It means you're enemies.
It actually raised
Oh, yeah, I
a
forgot
lot.
to ask you the main celebrity, Jordan Shanks. Do you think he has a big one or a small one?
I know.
We know the answer.
I
to
know
that.
Friendly
You guys
Jordis
want to
is-
know? You better get to an ad break to find out.
That's not a phone in his pocket. That's actually his penis. It goes all the way down there.
I'm not going to say.
No, that's an understatement.
If you want to find out, I'll give you his address. Burst into his house and try to yank his pants off. Ready? I won't give you.
You don't have to try and yank him.
We've all seen his penis. It's unusually large.
Oh,
And
that's
it's like,
not
But
technically
I will
true.
always say this,
That's not
though.
technically
well,
true.
maybe like I just have
on
a
the
small
shoulders
one.
of giants, and that giant is my dad. He has a really big.
Yeah, but like
cock.
we've talked about this. Boomer penises are always big.
What?
Boomer penises are always
And
big.
I don't know why that
Yeah.
is.
There's not a
Yeah,
single
always.
boomer
Why do they
that
live
has
in
a
the
small
best
penis.
generation and get the best bits?
No, it's something in the water. Must.
It wasn't privatized. That's the difference.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Floating the dollar.
All right.
You're doing it. You're all right, kid.
You're doing all right, dude. Can you be less blessed?
Dude, come on. It was like 7 inches, wasn't it?
Oh no,
7 inches.
Yeah.
dude. He can't have sex with like most women. It's that big.
No. Give me the.
Have you seen
Tell
it
me in
properly?
private. Tell me in private. It's not.
Tell you
the
in private.
price. Yeah.
No,
I
tell
can't
him-
even remember anymore because the ruler stopped.
Oh, get the.
No, I didn't. It didn't. But honestly, it was
Yeah, when
it's
he
well
swims-
over 20 centimeters. Let's just put that.
I don't know how many inches.
Yeah, once
that
I
is.
was swimming out there, like a
How
fish
many
was
inches
around
is
my
that?
ankle.
How many inches is that?
I don't know. Actually, you're probably right. That probably is about 7 inches. Yeah,
Alright,
there's
well.
probably something along the
But
lines
like,
of
it's
that.
also
No, hang on. How big is Snoop Dogg's cock?
I don't know.
Didn't he start a record label called the 9-Inch Dick Classics?
Wait, are you 9?
What?
Are you 9? Are you?
No, I'm not 9. I'm not as big as Snoop, but I know someone who had sex with Snoop Dogg.
What do you-
And as always, if you give us a subs, we'll tell you the story.
Why do you
And
out
can
me
be
like that?
disappointed about it afterwards.
Actually,
Your
you know
buddy-
what? How's this? We will go into details of all the appendages on the cast again on our Blue Up Late edition.
We will also you have to
Patreon,
become a
baby.
patron for that. But if you want to know the story that I know of a friend who had sex with Snoop Dogg and all the lurid details about that, I'll tell you for 40 subs.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question though?
Every time.
Has
So you
this
don't see it
ever
coming.
happened in your life where you've maybe this doesn't apply to you because you haven't had, but like you've taken off your pants and you're about to have sex and the other person goes like no.
No, because you know why? 'Cause I'm a grower. Surprise!
Oh shit! So it's too late.
What are you talking about?
What?
Have you
do you mean, what am I
stopped
talking
because of
That's
that?
how all penises work.
No, you dickhead. There's,
Not all
Don't
of
you know the difference between blood and meat penises?
No.
Well, I'm glad you're sitting down.
Yeah, and keep in mind, I have eaten my ginkgo goat shit, so you might have to see.
Well, are you getting horny or not? All this talk about cocks
Not
isn't doing
yet.
anything for you, surprisingly.
Yeah, just give me time.
Ali, on the other hand, getting very
Yeah,
over there.
It's got a penis.
Go on.
What? The difference between bloods and meats? They're pretty
I
self-evident.
thought that was a bad Bloods and Crips joke previously.
No, just
Love.
it's
'Cause you
so
are-
innocent.
You are a
But-
comedian. I thought it was his act. I thought it was one of his ha make with the yucks. You know, yeah, Bloods and Crips, penises and Crips. I mean, it's funny. I'm not saying it's not funny. Just lay off the politics. It should be.
When was your brain transferred with a 70-year-old tradie?
I don't
When
know.
did that happen?
I don't know. 20s?
Hey, the timeline checks out. Yeah, so a blood penis is a penis that grows. That's the grower, and the shower is the meat penis. The reason they're called this is because the meat penis has very little blood circulation going
Is
through
this
it.
scientifically backed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
true.
okay,
It's the same
yeah,
thing
yeah,
as
yeah.
grower or shower.
All right, go on.
How much worse is the phrase blood and meat?
Yeah, I don't know why you use it. Like,
No, just keep going. So
I don't know, it's because this German guy explained it to me once. And he was really weedy, had ginger hair. Allow me to tell you the difference.
over a nice blood sausage.
Yeah, that's about it. And so, yeah, that's pretty much the growers have a lot more blood circulation going through them.
Yeah.
The meat ones take a lot more, which is why there are some
Don't they
people who have
faint?
penises so big that they faint.
Yeah, apparently like, that's the thing. If you're like
oh my God.
yeah,
How do you find...
like the Black Mamba syndrome or something?
Right, anyway.
Hey, I also just have this other question as well, Twitch. How many of you know who Will and Woody are?
Even I don't know.
wait,
Oh, no, I know
who
who
Will
they
and
are.
Woody
But you only know about it because I mention them every day.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait, the
Even though I
the
don't-
radio guys?
Like, so you know as well.
Yeah, they're funny actually.
Will and Woody.
They're funny?
I don't mind
Yeah,
them
yeah,
either.
they're like-
I don't mind them either.
After
I
like
never
Kyle
really
and
laughed at
Jackie
them.
O,
Every
they're
time
the
I
best.
listen to them, I think, yeah, that wasn't a bad segment, boys.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
bad.
True. And
No, I
they-
actually
because
enjoyed
everyone
it.
else is shit. Kyle and Jackie O are obviously like at the top, and then like it's Will and Woody at number 2, and then like no one else after that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's-
See, you
that's-
thought comparing prime ministers to friends was shit. Don't worry about that. We've got it covered.
It's hard to keep up with all you twitches. You need to be quick. You need to be talking about, you know,
But Jordan,
modern
there's a-
day
there's
topics
a-
and games, and we have to cut us some slack.
Have you guys heard of the Chewbacca breakup story? We've been-
What's the future of the Labour Party and
do have to
what
talk about
factions
that.
will gain dominance? Well, actually, I was.
Wait,
just
what? Sorry, can
talking
you
to
repeat the
someone,
question? I
And
missed
this
it.
is just between us girls, okay?
Yeah, go on. Us girls. Yeah, what is it?
Ooh, secret slumber party talk. But I was just interviewing Joel Fitzgibbon, who is the dreaded coal guy of the Labor Party. But obviously, because he's from coal territory, he's from Cessnock, obviously he's going to do that. He almost got wiped out in the last election. One Nation nearly took the seat off him. So those are your chances there, right? But I was interviewing him recently.
Cessnock?
Yeah.
I'd imagine that. Well, I've been to Cessnock. It gave me,
Cessnock
like,
is just
Adelaide
a giant Lithgow, where I'm pretty sure everybody's job is to line up to go to court on Wednesday. I've never seen. It's like, is this a mosh pit? How many people are here?
Cole.
vibes. Only, yeah.
Let's not forget that.
And his name's Cole Fitzgibbon. Ooh,
Yeah.
Twitter, take that.
Go on. I'm curious about the rest of it.
But anyway, the point is that he's from the Labor Right faction, and he always promised that he was never going to be part of that because of all of the shenanigans that happened between Rudd and Gillard. But he became the head of the Labor Right faction to prevent any of those takeovers happening ever again. But now he's using it so he can take over the party. So this is something that potentially might happen, which is that, and Fitzgibbon, I think, is fairly close to taking Albo out.
Really?
Get out of here. Before the elections?
Here's what, yes, here's his argument
That's
to becoming the
brutal for
Labor Party.
Albo.
First, it's brutal for Albo, but I think that he might be right about this.
Like, I don't like the sound of it, but go on. Dude, you get like wooed by Labor Right all the time because I know you hang out with that one guy who tells you that, nah, this is going to work out. Wasn't it him who told you this?
But is he wrong? He said that Biden was going
Almost
to be
always.
the pick in the US.
Look, you know who I'm talking to. I'm glad that you're a fan, and I'm glad you're killing in the Labor Party. But dude, stop indoctrinating my friend. He's becoming more cuck.
What?
Go on.
What?
You're the one that's
Yeah, I
cuck.
think you're the one.
No,
Labor right? What, you're just like, what's the cuck?
dude. Like these are the sort of edges, and then like Jordan comes in. Hey, you know what, dude? Joe Biden isn't that bad. Joe Biden's all right.
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm on that train too.
Well,
How in the minority are we for our generation? His favorability with Gen Y is like lower than Ted Cruz.
Biden.
People hate him in our generation.
Well,
You're looking at the only two fans here. We've got Party Pooper in the corner, just hanging around like a bad smell, bringing the party down.
ooh, surprise! Joe Biden is not appealing to me. What an inspirational character.
Finally.
All right.
Hey, were you being sarcastic? But yeah, the Joel Fitzgibbon is saying the thing that the Labor Party needs to drop is its carbon target. And I think he's right.
Ali's not going to like this. He's not going to like this.
But the thing is-
and I sympathize with Ali.
This is
I
exactly what happened in
sympathize.
WA. This is exactly what happened in WA.
You know what really needs to happen? We need to just blow up the planet. I think that's gonna work. Sorry.
Hey,
Or am I
whatever it takes.
Yeah, I'm kidding. But go on. Like, maybe there's a good point there. Go on.
Nah, he's
In WA, they did exactly the same thing. And obviously, The Guardian, Twitter were constantly shitting on Mark McGowan for not putting not putting a carbon target.
There's a poll on Biden, by the way. I don't know who did that.
Yes, finally.
Go on, continue.
Do you choose him?
It's still going.
But
you
so
young
anyway,
enough
he's saying
to
that
be
in
safe,
WA there wasn't any carbon targets, there wasn't any renewable target for WA. They got in, and then they just secretly did it without the target. So they essentially have a secret target happening.
gotcha.
He's saying what you do is you just exactly what you did with refugees. You match the coalition on their target of reducing it to 28%, and as soon as you do that, the argument in the press turns from, it's 45%, it's going out of control, it's impossible. You just say, well, we've got the exact same target as the coalition. Are they delivering on it?
pragmatic.
And the thing is,
No,
they're not
it's not.
delivering on it.
It
They're
doesn't
increasing
matter.
carbon
That's not
emissions.
pragmatic.
It doesn't matter what Labor's policy is and what Liberals are. The underlying assumption for like most Australians are going to be that the Labor Party is like more climate friendly and the Liberal Party is less climate friendly. You could be like, well, we're saying 28% and they're saying 28%. Dude, they're going to come up with some bullshit talking point to make you look slightly weaker on that. And also,
Yes, but
did we?
it blunts it. It blunts their attacks. It narrows what they can attack them on.
But like Jordan, come on, like didn't we just realize this from like the entire carbon tax episode where like I understand how that was politically toxic and probably led to the demise of the Gillard government, but there is not a single economist in the world that says that that carbon tax was bad. Because look at WA now. Their economy literally never recovered from that boom. Had there been that carbon tax, they would have been in a much better position even today. But they haven't
Well, the
because they
mining
literally-
tax particularly.
Yeah, the mining tax as well. So I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I understand what you're saying, and maybe you're right, but history's going to look back at it and be like, no, you were kind of wrong about this. And I'm not like
It doesn't
some
matter.
climate
The whole
nut.
point is that you don't need a target to reduce emissions. And this is the whole point that everybody always says that, oh, well, the Greens are looking for 100% renewable energy by 2030, so they're better on it than Labor is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your target is. The point is you set it there so it makes a guarantee for the market, and then the market kicks in, and then you have all these government subsidies hitting it, which is why the Labor Party smashes their targets in renewables.
I have to. I mean, not surprisingly,
What
I
I-
think he's talking shinch.
What I do like
Because this
about
is the whole
that
thing.
is though,
The reason that Joel Fitzgibbon nearly lost his seat, and this is the whole thing that he's talking about. The reason that the Labor Party is out of power, because the whole thing, where are those votes going to go? They're going to go to the Greens. That's true. A lot of those votes will migrate to the Greens. But at the end of the day, it won't be enough to cancel out the fact that there is a supermajority in the rural areas of Australia that is holding the Labor Party out of power. All they need to do is flip a couple of seats there. And the thing that really killed them in the last election, when you look at those rural seats, is that they were anti-coal.
I feel
That's
you.
what
I
he
feel you.
almost lost his seat as a result of that.
But you're like my entire like thing is, and I know it's like not that mainstream of an opinion now, but like it's kryptonite for us to like continue to appease the carbon industry because like in the long run, that's what's gonna be fucked about our economy, where no one's gonna buy our shit because everyone's like moved on to renewables, and we're left with this fucking
Yes, and if
treasure
Labor's
underneath
in-
that is worthless now. And also, by the way, we don't know how to make anything else because we were too focused on appealing to the carbon industry.
If the Labor Party's in, they will facilitate that new industry coming in. That's all of their programs are based around that. In fact, because he's the Minister for Agriculture, he is the one coming up with carbon storage policies for farmers, which I was just reading a book the other day. It was saying that carbon abatement for farmers is going to be a bigger industry than sheep in Australia for them.
Really?
It's going to be, no one in this country stands to gain more from carbon abatement than the people that are voting against carbon abatement. You're insane.
Carbon abasement.
Wait, what do you mean? Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah. Thank you for your contribution.
It's all right.
What did you? Sorry, what did you say again? Can you repeat that? I missed it.
No, he should repeat that. I'm not
Okay, Miss
repeating it
Love, you
until
tell
he
me,
does.
what was Jordan saying just now?
No, I just suggested we refer to it as carbon abasement.
Do you know what based means?
Still don't know. I think it's a chicken stock.
Well, that is a very based thing to say.
But I was
Right,
I missed
okay.
your last point. What were you saying? Whatever.
Hang on, just one thing. I just want to see what you guys are saying about that. I don't see another faction ball or anything in the Labor Party at all, especially with the current political landscape based God. No, in the short term, the brawl won't happen, which is why if it happens now, maybe that might be for the better. Frankly, I think that they just can't win the next election either way.
Labour.
But I think that if you are able to soften Labor's image that they are the environment party, just the image of it. We're really just talking about the aesthetics here. And I was talking to Joel Fitzgibbon about it. I mean, he's not an idiot. He's a very smart man. He understands where Australia needs to go. It's just, I think he just understands the optics in rural Australia a little better than somebody who lives in Glebe.
What he's trying to do is like he's sitting down and he's like, how do we fucking win elections?
Yeah.
That's the single point agenda that he has in his head. But I'm just thinking like, yeah, in the short term you might win elections, but in the long term, you're gonna be looked at as like the ones that like fucking caved. You'll be looked at as Malcolm Turnbull, someone that had like beliefs that climate change is, and as soon as it came down to like actually getting the power, flip-flops completely. Look, maybe you're right. Maybe that's going to win you elections. Fuck, what do I know? But
So what you're saying is they should stick to the numbers.
I do like one aspect of it, which is that like, dude, these like targets are going to be met eventually. For like us at least.
Well, apparently,
Because we're moving towards that
exactly.
world anyway.
Apparently, well, it's that whole point that Jordan was saying about what's his name, the Al Gore point of like a relevant of even if Trump's in power, like the global.
Hey, sorry, Jacob just made the best point.
What is that?
Albo could win the next election if he just started a punch on with ScoMo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sort him out.
Dude,
Or a
would
shoey.
actually,
He's actually right.
A shoey might do it.
Yeah.
But
crush a can on his head and then skull the can.
Yeah, the political version of James
There's
Packer
nothing
Brawl.
more dominant than that. That is a power move.
Which you'd support like getting Albo out?
No, I wouldn't support getting Albo out. I'm just saying that
what's with all?
I think Joel Fitzgibbon is right on the optics.
So over the elbow bashing.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I
Dude,
really
what
don't
else do you
understand
want from
why,
Albo?
especially because Albo has been governing the country through both of these.
know.
And also, not only has he been governing the country, he's already like caved in. He's become like that centrist guy. That's something that like Labour right wanted him to do.
Is that a problem, you think?
No, I think it's a good thing. But I'm
Yeah,
like,
it
the
is.
guy's already listening to you. Don't kick him
Exactly.
out.
Who the
No, but he's constantly talking about it, and you can see the little message being constantly sold to the Labor Party through the Australian every day. Is Albo going to end the climate wars? Do the climate wars end today? Joel Fitzgibbon says some common sense on the climate wars.
But you know, that's
They
all
want them to
propaganda,
cave
right?
on that.
But
They
that's-
want them to cave on that. And
climate wars? What? Like, what do you mean
They're
climate
not going to stop
wars?
doing that, no matter what you do.
Are you
'Cause it's-
talking about-
if you don't believe it, it's not what you believe; it's who you are. You're not the Liberal Party. They want the Liberal Party to be in power. They'll
But the thing
find
is,
some
I
other thing to
really
beat you up
think if
for.
those anti-climate messages were dulled in the last election, as in they couldn't really play with the facts to the nth degree that they had, because it's the same thing with boat people. That was taken off the agenda. They weren't able to touch that. It's the same thing with climate change. I think that just them going, Labor wants to put in new taxes, if that's all they had, Labor would have scrimped over the line because it was close. They only lost by a few thousand votes.
Yeah.
That's all they needed to flip. And we're talking about a swing in Joel Fitzgibbon's seat of, I think, something like 13%. It was massive. And this is Labor heartland. This is coal miners. And this isn't just them. This is Queensland. Queensland's the big one. And it's the same thing that happens with Labor, which is why they've tread the really sensible line, I think. The Labor Party in Queensland has definitely done that well of keeping up this image of we're pro-coal and always having Anastasia Palaszczuk walking around with the hard hat. It works. I think that Labor in Queensland, if we get all of you guys to campaign for it, which is actually really cool. I'll say this right now because we're still in that Twitch zone, but we're going to start up a Friendlyjordies non-cucked Get-Up, because I just realised we have an audience that is the same size as Get-Up now. And if the Liberals are scared of Get-Up with their little, hey guys, did you know that the Liberals aren't that good on coal? We're not going to tell you who to vote for, but here's this little mystery card that if you fill out the maze, you kind of get an idea of who we're voting for. If they're scared of that, imagine if they just had the same numbers as Get-Up walking around and saying, no, don't worry about all that shit, just vote Labor. What are you talking about? Vote Labor, shut up.
Can you call it Can you call it "Get Down" on your theme songs? Get
Yeah!
get down, get down.
Why do we need
get
you,
down,
MLK? Why are you all embodied in this guy?
Get down,
Get down. That's what we're going to call it.
get down, get
I just feel
down.
like-
I think that's mad.
But look, we can move on from this. Like, but I feel like slightly sad that one of the greatest natural disasters that this country has seen through the bushfires,
Yeah.
and that's being
Ow.
like actioned on by saying, actually, the other major party that supports like environmentally friendly policies needs to change that. I don't know if like
Yeah.
history, like we're gonna be looked at nicely for this. But anyway,
Very good
wait, so-
point. That's point 109.
What was
I'm
it?
still going to do it, but you've predicted the future. Let's be honest, this new Friendly Jordies army is just going to descend into an army of trolls online.
Yeah, I know. It's just gonna be. It's just gonna be like 7chan.
Well, no. Be honest. You're going to be one of the colonels. You know, you're going to be right there, aren't you?
But essentially the crux of your argument is they should stick to their guns because it is the desired goal, and if you slip,
I'm just like like we came out of like one of the worst bushfire seasons in
Yeah,
our history.
totally.
Like if you guys don't remember, it was fucking shit. It was horrible. There were days where like I literally couldn't breathe, and I don't even have lung issues. I could only imagine.
Yeah.
For like old fucks, you know.
so what you're saying is like,
What I'm saying is like,
don't budge.
And also to everybody who keeps saying, talk about Daniel Andrews and the fact that Sky News is relentlessly attacking him as the rest of the press is.
Didn't you do
It
that?
doesn't really matter. Did you look at the numbers? It's amazing. Daniel Andrews has a landslide slip. He went from an 80% approval rating to a 70% approval rating. Can he recover from here?
dude, you can always count on Victoria to like support Labor all the time.
I know. Yeah, obviously. he's fine, you know? It'll just be, oh no, the little nub in the corner, the naughty corner of the lower house in Victoria is a little bit bigger this time.
Jeez.
Whatever will we do? And have you seen the opposition leader?
No.
You have.
Have I?
Yeah.
In
Saw him in Griffith. Remember the guy with the ice cold eyes that looks like just like some automaton robot, like Gunjack or something, in a suit, going,
Wait a
yes,
sec.
this is deeply disturbed.
Wait, in Griffith? Are you sure? All we did was saw that giant fucking ram in Griffith.
Well, that's in Goulburn, but
Starts with G. See,
getting
it gets confusing. Goulburn and Griffith are two different places. Where the hell's Griffith? The Italian place is coming back to me. Keep it coming. Who else?
I like how all of his memory cells are in his stomach.
And now I've got the goat. Now that I've got
cake.
now I've got the goat in me. It's just like energized stomach cells. Well, look, I can't remember what his face looks like, but okay.
Are
So
you too horny to remember Griffith?
no, it's not really making me. But it is. It feels like I'm
Actually,
just
now
taking
that I think about it, I'm pretty horny thinking about Griffith.
all the Italian food.
There's actually some.
Are
pretty
you horny
fine-
actually?
No, but it feels like I've taken like some really good multivitamins. Like I feel more energized.
Because it has caffeine.
That's what that is. And I've had like 3 cups of coffee.
10.
Huh?
What?
Imagine if you took 10.
And I've had 2 cups.
Sun doesn't need to rise.
And all. Yeah,
Anyway, I think we should go back to the regular programming.
Well, look, we're gonna include part of this in the regular program too, so it's okay. But stop looking at the chat.
Yeah,
yeah, we're good.
That's
the part
done.
that we'll include is the 6 prime ministers being compared to friends.
Yeah,
Best
definitely that one.
segment ever.
All right, look, we've got like we don't have a lot of time, but
segments?
I
What
wanted to like
segments?
talk a little bit about like this whole deglobalization shit that's
Yeah.
happening after COVID.
Let's do
But if
Wait,
you,
are we going to a little break and then we're coming back? Is that what's happening?
all right, can we go on like a quick 1 minute break and we'll be back? But Jordan, this part's also included in the main podcast, just so you know.
Sun's gonna rise and all. Sun's gonna
I'll let you take it.
rise and
Sun's gonna rise, it will rise every
at all. It's not.
Fuck, that was awesome.
except
That was mad.
It's not obvious. I like,
like
my
how-
pattern
At all.
I like how I went like black on it, just like soul sisters, like sun's gonna rise.
Yeah, I know. Look, you
took it
should
in
be
your own
one of the
direction.
mushroom head singers. They already have 4 and they still haven't got that.
Crazy.
There's 4 different variants of this is my impression of Mike Patton.
I love that I'm slowly leaking more information about music into Jordan's
It's a
subconscious.
two-way street, Miss
Yeah,
Love.
it is. You teach me.
I teach you how to put your life together and about how the world works, and you teach me about really esoteric bands.
Yes, that's our relationship.
But like both of you don't learn from either of you.
Yeah, I know. And I don't learn anything from Ali.
Yeah.
And I just sit there every
right.
day saying, "Shut up, Cammy."
Shit.
Hey, you're a communist.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna talk about like a substantive issue, but like Jordan's more like, let's talk about leave Brittany and Isaac alone.
I think that's more pressing.
Finally.
Can you
Come
do
on,
it like
somebody
really
brings
quickly
it.
because I do want to get into this COVID one.
Look, in the comments you can comment about this, but can we just get this on the record? Why does the Friendlyjordies gang hate Isaac so much, eh? What's
Do
that
they?
all about? Yeah. And I don't understand why.
Dude, I think I know why.
I'm not the biggest.
Well, you can fill me in on this, but let me just outline the facts for you. The guy likes NDIS. The guy likes Gonski. The guy likes broadband.
Mm-hmm.
Really pro funding hospitals.
Beard oil.
Used to work for disabled thingo.
Yeah.
Yeah, beard oil.
Basically to
Are
say.
we going to do the negatives though?
Just one of the many Labor initiatives that's been overlooked.
Are there any
negatives.
drawbacks
Are we
to
going
the
to list
man?
his negatives too?
Where is the negative in the fact that he calls out annoying cunts like Jen Fricker? Where's the annoying? Where's the bad part?
That's the. Look, you should think about it. Like
I hate
Jordan's friend, so you can't.
It pisses me off that he doesn't like bicycles. Like, we need more massive four-wheel drives on the road. Fucking bicycles. We shouldn't be anything like, you know what I mean? Like that pisses
Yeah,
me.
I have a feeling why your audience does not like him that much, dude. He's good for like.
You know what I think
shitting
that
on
is though,
SJWs.
because I always just say
'Cause he's from
you take
Newcastle.
it really well natured. Yes, there is that. So good luck with that. But the other one is, I think that the only reason that he hates bicycles so much is because they give him shit online, and it's funny making people
fair
really
enough.
That makes
upset
it fair,
about things
actually.
that they like a lot.
I mean, look,
That
there's
makes it
a
great
lot
gag.
worse pundits online.
yeah, I don't
I'm
hate
just-
him either or anything.
I just think he's kind of like smug douche.
But he's like a
I'd
reactionary.
I think he's the exact opposite.
I reckon
of
if I
smart.
met him in real life, I'd be like, you are a legend. I know for a fact that we would. I reckon I'd be like, this guy's a really chill, nice dude. It's just like I have very
The only
particular
thing that I was
tastes.
really against him is the fact that he's from Newcastle and he didn't punch me in the head as a greeting when I met him.
He headbutted you though, right?
Yeah, you'd eventually
Yeah,
get there.
but that's not for friends. That's for acquaintances.
All right, so
Where's my punch?
I guess that's Jordan's appeal. Leave Isaac alone.
Please, I was like,
That's the
leave,
appeal.
leave this super.
Now we're going to the slightly less important thing, which is the restructuring of the global economy.
No, leave Brittany alone. Any sense on that one?
Nah, she's not hot anymore. Go nuts.
What?
What?
Dude, she's crazy hot now.
I'd say leave her alone.
She used to be hot. Now she's sexy.
Give her
What is
money.
it with every sexual peculiarity there is? Ali's going to be on board with that. Ooh, grandmas. Yeah, that's not.
Dude, I've just been having
Egging.
horny
Don't mind if I
goat
do.
for so long. It's making me nuts.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I've taken a cap. Like, I'm starting to get like, where's the disco music? I want the lights to start flickering.
Well, look,
Such a good
No?
point that you made about the DJ music. How
Oh, wait.
shit is music that you need to have caps to enjoy? That is
dude,
It says a lot.
so damning.
It does.
it's
say
like
a lot.
I don't think it matters what music is being played. Like all of these DJs, like doesn't matter, dude, what you play. Like I'm just going there to get drugs. Like
I mean,
you're just like, you know what you are? You're basically like when you go into Woolworths and they're playing that music. No one's paying attention. That's what you are.
that's hard. That's fucking harsh.
DJ Tiesto, world's greatest Coles radio announcer.
I think there's some DJs that are alright, but like they
Yeah,
call it
DJ Khaled, obviously.
Yeah,
they
DJ
call it
Khaled.
they call it USB DJing for a reason. For you know what I mean?
Yeah, like that whole joke, that Russell Peters joke, like you're not a DJ, you just press the play button.
And there's a lot of truth to that, but I'm not just gonna slam all DJs. You know?
Jordan.
Yeah, leave her alone. Leave Brittany alone. Agree.
Okay, so all of us are on board. All right, so like lastly, 10 minutes. The COVID. So like
better be
I was
about
like, so this
discos.
came from like I was listening to the Waleed Ali podcast.
God,
As
I am
you
glad
do.
we only have 10 minutes to go.
But they were like talking
Damn it.
about like
What an
how, like,
insightful pod that must have been.
well, it kind of like annoyed me a little bit because like one of the things that they were talking about was how this whole like deglobalization thing is like mad because we're becoming more local and it's gonna be better for like even third world countries because like we just treat them as a commodity where we go to like I don't know Fiji to hang out, and now the airfare is gonna be so expensive that like we can actually have a normal
What's the
relationship.
alternative? What's their second biggest industry after tourism? Is
Well,
it to
that's
just
one of the
stuff cane
points.
toads?
Yeah, it's basically like fish, I'm pretty sure.
But like
Oh
one
no,
of-
I know what it is. Sugar. That's really
Yeah,
cool
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
they still have sugar
Steel.
barons.
Barons.
they're doing sugar.
Jesus.
Crazy.
And what's wrong with that point?
No. So there's well, one of the things that like I wanted to say is like, first of all, dude, like that's how they make money. It's not like you going there's gonna like them. They're gonna be like, oh fuck yeah, I hate white people anyways, and now I'm just gonna. You don't have any fucking money, dude,
Some
because
of that
they were
Fijians
paying.
don't hate white
But like, it's
people.
not even that.
No.
Like the bigger problem, I think, like a lot of people are not recognizing. Obviously, we don't know like what the post-COVID globalization is gonna look like. But what we do know is that's something that we mentioned. Like when this COVID thing started, I was talking about like how supply chain manufacturing is gonna move back to like Australia and move like whatever can be produced here will be produced here because this it's too unstable is something that we figured out. But what that also means is that we've basically kicked off a big ladder for countries to become rich. If you look at all of these countries like Taiwan, Korea, China, these East Asian tiger economies that went from like being dirt poor to like being significantly rich and such a small, they all had like an export driven economy. They used the supply, the demand of the world, and they just produced the best available product for like the lowest price, and they competed with the rest of the world, and then they were so good that we kept buying it to the point where like China's like the biggest example where like everything was from them. Businessmen don't do it because they like China, it's because they were doing the best job at doing it. What I'm saying is like that ladder is now gone. If I'm a poor country, like remember when we were in Pakistan, we met the finance minister.
You don't forget that.
One of the things that he kept on talking about is like how we can be so competitive and how we can actually utilize this demand. He was talking about like agricultural, software technologies, blah, blah, blah. They were like...
Ali, be honest, he was talking about taking call centers out of India.
Yeah, well, that was
Mate.
part of it, but like, but what I'm saying is
right.
like all of that investment is irrelevant now because there's a collapse in global demand for it, and even if there is a demand, they want it to be local, which is fine. I understand that. What I'm saying is like, I don't know how if I'm like a finance minister of some third world country right now, what's my pathway of becoming rich? It used to be an export-driven economy.
Think
That's
and
probably not
grow
going to happen.
rich.
They're doing it again. Like I don't want to get into the whole China thing because it gets. But part of the reasons why like they're doing this deglobalization thing is actually to counter China. But the thing is like you're like late. They've already passed that point where they have like enough domestic
They have a
demand.
self-sufficient
They have
self-sufficient economy.
so you're not actually hurting them. You're kind of hurting Bangladesh. And you're hurting like African economies that were looking to like be the China of the 21st century. Look, I know like there's always ways that countries can figure out, and there has to be a way that we can't think of as yet. But what I know is like this isn't great news, man. This is shit. And yeah, like I don't know. The other thing that like they're talking about like is how airfares are going to be.
It is forcing the neoliberal model to
collapse.
To collapse. That's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool, but like, what's the
inevitable, right?
alternative, bro?
Because
Like,
I think
don't
the thing is that now they might actually have the opportunity to be the next China.
Who? Pakistan?
Well, that's a
Because
very
all of these
philosophical
countries are put
point.
these countries are essentially put into like an economic servitude, aren't they?
That's also true.
So if you
The
are
whole-
in a position where the entire global economy is restructuring, and America has to worry about its own interests for a while, maybe you'll have the opportunity, this brief little window to jump through,
Maybe,
to start
but
making
I don't
little
understand
domestic
how.
products.
I don't understand what's the pathway to it. How do you make that money?
Well, I don't either, and the reason that I don't is because, let's be honest, most societies are not as hardworking, intelligent, and diligent as South Korea
Yeah,
and China.
that's the other thing. Actually, so that's actually one of the
the
best
only
points
way to
because,
do
like,
it is we're in the age of information, right? It's just tech and like cheap.
Well,
goods.
Yeah, and
So-
you do not, if you're a third world country that's agrarian, as Ali was saying, how do you just go, okay, you know how you make chips? Microchips.
yeah,
It's not gonna work.
That's a good
Yeah,
gag. You
that's
should
true.
use it somewhere. But that's like the best way to put it, because I understand how tech is like the way China is able to like now compete in the tech world is because they like for 40 years they were selling
invested.
like towels. Like that's what they were trying to perfect.
Wow.
And now they've got
Towels?
like enough like whatever like just like
Right. Fuck.
really basic shit.
No,
like
I know. It's just a funny
pencils
thought.
and shit like that. But now like
Wow.
they have like enough money to be able to invest into things like tech. So now the force that you're trying to compete is actually not being affected by it as much. You're like 15 years too late on that one.
But you know what they should be doing is exactly what Joel Fitzgibbon is talking about. And I think it's just a major reason, on top of the fact that there is a global economic system in place to keep everyone where they are, is sort of digi-feudalism. But the other thing that Fitzgibbon was talking about, which is what Australia should be doing and these other countries, if you are an agrarian culture society,
What does that mean exactly? Like agriculture?
like that's your primary export.
Yeah.
If that's the case, move away from monocrops, move away from high yield, low value products like wheat and start growing things like blueberries and macadamia nuts.
Mom and
Start
pop.
diversifying and incentivizing your farmers
Yeah, I
to grow
guess-
these niche products. That's the first step.
Dude,
that would be the
tamarind.
first
To
step.
adapt.
What?
I guess like you're right. Like you have to find some. You have to adapt to it, and you have to find something. But the problem is like
Tamarind,
most
man.
of these agrarian societies that you talk about. I don't know. Let's take like the example of blueberries. Their climate is not conducive to it. Like you need heavy investments. Like you're gonna have to grow them like weed is grown, which is like you just create an artificial environment somewhere inside, and you can grow blueberries. Blueberries
There's
are like
this path, weed. Why don't we think about that?
And
well,
Isn't that what North
Afghanistan.
Korea does?
Afghanistan did that with heroin.
Yeah.
So maybe we
Look
can
at
take
how
a-
well it turned out for them.
is the spice trade still working for India? Like turmeric and coriander and
You're
shit?
400 years too late for that. But
But there's still a market.
yeah, it's still,
Dude,
well,
in fact,
he's
I'm
not
putting-
wrong.
I'm putting it out there. If you want, you know what, India, if India wants to be rich, sumac. That shit is expensive. Just boom. Export exclusively sumac and you'll be richer than America in 5 years. Fact.
But the other problem
Should I end
is
the
like
show on that?
Imagine a 1.3 billion person economy being based on sauce.
It's not sauce, it's a herb.
Oh,
It's a
is it?
powder, yeah.
well, I'd still say it's better than
Still a
fucking.
gold theory. You know what?
Coke.
Actually,
It's really expensive.
not that far off the mark
It's-
with India.
it's-
It's pretty close.
But it's like a really expensive herb, dude. It's like $8 for like a centimeter.
But
Come
like
on.
every company, I know for in Australia's instance, like I've been told, like they don't even if it's like if some other country is producing like the top quality sumac, they're not into it at the moment. Like
Oh, because of the
I know this
climate.
guy who works at like one of the big retailers, like he's at uni, and he was telling me how customers are literally coming up and demanding, saying that we don't want any of our shit made in China. Now that's obviously has political connotations to it, but like there's also this whole thing of like we need to be more local. And
Yeah, but I
so-
don't.
No, Camila makes a good point. You can't replace soylent crops because you also, I think something like 40% of the globe's, the basics like your soybeans and your wheat, most of that just goes to feeding animals. That's why you should go vegan, man. No, I hate that argument.
Cowspiracy.
It's not going to happen. But you know what will happen? Microalgae. That is the way of the future. That's
Plankton.
how you feed.
Well, we eat microalgae,
No,
or we
animals.
feed animals microalgae.
Well, we eventually do. It's called the circle of life, Ali.
True.
But that's what we'll be feeding animals in the future. And it's also a great carbon sink, and it's 40 times more dense than wheat. As in,
You should cut down your meat intake. You shouldn't just bag that theory as well. Meat-free Mondays, yay.
you are getting a boner, aren't you?
Oh
Thinking
shit,
about
he
meat a
is.
lot. Are you? Are you getting hard?
No, that's my pants.
All right, show us proof, though. Come on.
How?
Take off your pants.
It's your ghost penis.
Nothing happening there, boys.
No?
Nope.
Are you less hard than usual?
Dude,
Because it's Asian.
I have
He
been.
made his dick invert.
I have been. It's just like I've just had like 4 coffees. That's basically how I feel. So
Have you been? Are you oversexed?
No.
That's not happening.
Are you undersexed?
He's not you, Ali.
Dude, I'm not oversexed.
You're not so he's not so depraved that he's sitting there thinking, have you thought about an orgy with trannies? Have you thought about it? He's not at that point yet. He's
It's
not
not
looking for that
gay
rush.
if you have a blindfold on.
Dude, that's a good point, if I may say so.
But anyway, I don't know how we got from that to microplankton. But the important thing is,
stop eating.
Hungry
so
Jack's
many
is
animals.
pretty good.
Hungry Jack's. The
But
burgers are
Rebel
better at
Whopper?
Hungry.
Yeah, the Rebel Whopper.
Oh, boys, can you fucking make
can
that a
taste
no
it.
announcement?
What?
Ogalo. I made these motherfuckers
No.
try Ogalo.
All right,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
suppose
Yeah,
after
time
the
has come.
delicious main that was Gallo burgers, we have to have the horrible dessert that is humble pie.
The time has
I'm
come.
really sorry about this, but a Gallo is mad.
Thank you.
It's good. I'm not going to take down the video where I bag it out for half of it.
I'm going to say, yeah, Garlo is definitely not as shit as I thought it would
Dude,
be.
their chili is fucking on point, and I'm glad that.
Good. It
you know
stepped
what's
up
on
the game.
point for about 3 dips? That sauce.
Yeah.
That's half chili, half
Yeah.
mayonnaise.
You have to keep
But
in
then
mind.
after that, you can sum up the experience as, I don't feel so good, which is essentially Miss Love's catchphrase.
A lot of my life. But to be fair, like the only backstory I had on it, my experience was when my brother worked there, and he got food poisoning from there. But that was in Lane Cove, and that was like probably like I don't know,
Yeah.
10 years
Ogalo
ago.
might have been different back.
So no, it's changed. It's changed since when
we
my
got
bro.
40 seconds. Any last?
Oh, actually,
Sean's gonna wrap.
big announcement. Do you guys know how much an eco house costs? And not one of those crap little Norwegian micro eco houses. I'm talking about a proper one that sucks up more energy than most houses.
And the way you answer this question is by becoming a patron. You get a free podcast, and you also get to have a direct chat with Jordan.
And
that's not
yeah.
true. Don't hold me on that. You are
Hey,
not.
Jude, yep, we're going to leave now. And to pump us up for the late night podcast, I will, as soon as this Twitch is out, jack off Miss Love so he gets a boner.
Yes.
Jesus, get away from me!
Yeah.